my good people. Over here, over here. Today, I haven't been live in a while, so I thought I'd stop by and have a little chat about the amazing Brian Wilson. Jeez, that's a big one. I can't think of too many people I would call a certified musical genius, but if I were to name three of them, he'd probably be in the top three. Brian, he was a troubled soul, but man, did he really deliver the goods. Where do you start with Brian? He's just, again, what I put in one of my other posts, he single-handedly took on the Beatles. I mean, that's the whole organization, EMI, George Martin, everybody, because remember, Brian was the full ticket. Wrote the songs, produced, and he, again, I think he always wanted to be Phil Spector. And if you think about Be My Baby being the soundtrack of his vision, he thought that was the perfect song. And I guess he spent his life trying to better it. But, yeah, Brian, top guy. Now, I've always been kind of afraid to attempt any Brian Wilson stuff because, years of smoking and drinking have taken its toll on my voice, and I just simply can't hit the notes. But, roughly about a year and a half ago, my niece was getting married, and I was going to put together a song, and I was thinking, what's the best song to play at someone's wedding? And one of the most beautiful songs I could think of was God Only Knows. And, man, what a song. So I had started the project, putting all the strings together, and actually I'm just going to play it now, and I don't even remember where I left off. I don't remember what I recorded, what I finished, what I didn't finish, but I do remember I did do quite a bit of the strings and the flutes and weird percussion things, and then being shocked to find out what little instruments were hiding in there. I mean, there's an organ, there's a harpsichord, there's an accordion, I mean, everything. So today I'm going to try to play back again. I haven't visited this thing in about a year and a half. Again, I was going to play it at a wedding, but I was dragging my feet, and I was replaced by a DJ. So here we go. I'm going to play, I'm just going to go through the tracks and discover them as you are and see what's happening. Okay. Oh, yeah, here. I'll press play. Take that little excerpt there and let's listen to what's happening in the back. Got piano, harpsichord, and a bit of the squeeze box or accordion. Some strings in there. Must be probably down in the mix. I haven't done pretty well. Nice. Let that run through again. Okay, so what do we have here? We got strings, we got a ensemble, chamber strings, cellos, basses. Ooh, there's some vocals in there. I may not always love. I remember putting that in there. There are stars above you. There would have been a quick rough run through. Show that we need to record this 5 more times. So this those strings are kicking in though, huh? Again, Brian's just a wonderful arranger. Assuming he arranged it. And the thing about Brian, I guess after the takes, after the rough takes, he would call Hal Blaine in to listen to see if he approved of everything. I remember doing this. Oh, must have been pretty brave indeed. I really don't remember this. So here. If I recall that those things, I think there were 3 tracks. Brian and was it Bruce? It was just him and one other guy doing the vocals, doing that little middle bit. And of course, Brian was ultra smart and perceptive enough to let his brother Carl sing the song. It's Carl's voice on there, even though it was in Brian's range. He just had the foresight to go sing it. Amazing. Wish I could sing. God only knows what I'd be without. Great. How Blaine feels. And those weird little clippity-clop percussion bits. And I didn't realize I did so much work on this. Drop the ball. We got the flutes and the horns. Okay, let's hear the flutes and the horns in the beginning. Those are French horns. Okay, and there's also a bass flute in there and normal flute. Is there anything in the flute? Call me crazy, but I think it's one of the most beautiful songs ever written. Apologies for ruining his voice. Again, they're really low in the mix. You wouldn't really know they're there, but just adds so much body to the whole thing. Brian's vision. As he said, he single-handedly was taking on the whole Beatles machine all by himself. Of course, he didn't have carte blanche to the Capitol Studios and all the best musicians in LA. No, so while I'm at it, it's always great to visit the Hal Blaine Facebook page that Ingrid runs. Her dedication to Hal's memory and his parts and everything is it's amazing that someone would spend that much effort to educate people like me about how things were and how he was. Again, Brian was very close to Hal Blaine. It's a weird little flute thing there. much better without without my horrible voices. Strings here. I actually have to listen to each measure hundreds of times just to hear what what the cellos are doing, what the flutes are doing, what the French horn or whatever it is. The song has to be run through hundreds of times, measure by measure, to actually get the parts right. But there you go. Anyway, thanks for bearing with me, and please say a prayer for Brian. Godspeed, Brian. You were amazing, amazing. A troubled soul, but a talented one. Anyway, thank you so much for making it this far. If you have, if I've bored you to death, I don't blame you. Okay, anyway, take care. Peace, everybody. Cheers. Bye.